Hello, welcome back to Bolt Action CP. Today we're doing a actual bolt action game. It's been a while since we've done this, but we got a tournament coming up next month, so we're going to be doing a few practice games for that between now and then. The tournament rules are 1,000 points, 12 order dice limit. So we both kind of brought our, what I like to think of as a competitive list. The list I would bring to the tournament if I was actually trying to win it. I don't know exactly how competitive it'll be in reality, but I guess we'll find out. So today we're going to be doing the practice game. This is the board here. We're doing a mission out of the book called Key Positions. So we rolled it up and there's 4 objectives. One there, one there, one there, and one over there. So in this mission there's no deployment. We both can bring our entire army on from the edge on the first turn, which Andre elected to do. And I'm going to be bringing in everyone except my engineer squad, who will be outflanking. So we'll go over the armies real quick. Here's my Americans, 12 order dice. So I maxed out my dice cap, 1,000 points exactly. So I got second lieutenant with Guy, submachine guns. I got a bazooka. All veterans. Everyone's veteran in this list except the transports. I got 4 squads of 6 men with 2 BARs. And I have a 5-man engineer squad with a flamethrower and 2 SMGs. I also have a medium mortar with spotter. Actually, I think the mortar is a regular. And I have a veteran 105 Sherman. I also have a Jeep, who's for the bazooka. I got the 3/4 ton Dodge, who will be carrying the engineers, and the 1.5 ton truck with 12-man capacity, so he can carry 2 of these squads. So maxed out the number of squads I can take, which is 5, but they're smaller, but they're veterans, so they should do okay. And the 105 Sherman, especially as a veteran, is really good because it's move and fire without the penalty, and it throws out a 3-inch template. So that's the Americans. We'll go see what the British are bringing. Alright, so here's Andre's 1,000 point 12 dice British list. So is it 1,000 points exactly?
I'm 2 under.
2 under, okay. So first off, start off with his lieutenant. Everyone's veteran, right? Except the truck.
Actually only the infantry are vets.
Okay, so everything else is regular except the infantry squads.
Right.
And the lieutenant. So you got your lieutenant with a man, submachine guns.
Yep.
You got 2 paratrooper squads, 5-man with all SMGs and 2 Brens. These guys are Gurkhas. So big giant squad of Gurkhas and a truck with a machine gun. Captured German truck. And then a regular, or just a squad of veterans with rifles. That's the AEC armored car, so it has a medium anti-tank gun on it. And it also has the 3-inch temper. It shoots the bigger template, like the 2-inch template.
2-inch, yeah.
And that gun is a medium howitzer with spotter, heavy mortar with spotter, and the free artillery observer.
Yay.
Yeah, my favorite. So anyway, those are the forces. So there's no deployment. So we're just going to get right into the game. Oh, we forgot to actually set up our spotters. So I put my mortar spotter there. So get a good field of view. And is this your free guy?
Free guy.
So free artillery spotter there. That is which one is that?
I'm trying to decide. We'll call him the mortar spotter.
So heavy mortar spotter and then medium artillery spotter. Alright, here we are. Turn 1 is now over. So we'll start over here. I started getting some of the dice at first. I ran 2 of my squads up. So these 2 ran up. He did bring his truck with Gurkhas. So the truck used the road rule, advanced up to there. Gurkhas got out. And they opened fire on this squad here. And they killed one man and put a pin on him. He also brought his officer up, was also in the truck, got out. In response to those Gurkhas, I brought my Sherman on. Took a shot at him and missed with all my machine gun shots. My motor just came on. He did take fire and lost a man from that Bren gun. He has an extra LMG on it. The Bren's there because I brought my Jeep in with my bazooka. And I ran my bazooka over to there. This was at the very end of the turn. I was waiting for him to bring his Bren on, but I got my last dice before he had 2 left, so brought him on kind of counter the armored car, which came on over there, and fired on my tank and missed. So he wants to take that bazooka out, so he brought in Bren with SMG paratroopers and whiffed big time on the shooting. Would you say so?
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yes, we had 10 shots. We said needing 5s, and he got 1 hit and did not wound. So after all that, just a pin, but bazooka's in big trouble. So over here, I brought my truck on. I ran my officer up there. Truck advanced. And then these 2 squads, this one advanced up there, that one ran. He ran his Bren carrier with a squad of paratroopers in it up to there. And as I said, his armored car came on and fired on my tank. And then the rest of it, he just pushed on his howitzer and advanced on his heavy mortar. And finally, he did call in his artillery strike right there where the red smoke is. So that's gonna, why don't we do that real quick?
Yep. Okay, so
here we go.
does it come in?
I think so. Isn't it only on a, not on a 1?
I don't.
Let's check that.
I think it's.
Alright, so it was delayed, and Andre moved his smoke marker, or his artillery strike, to there. Turn 2 is now over. It's kind of an overview of what it looks like. We'll start off over here. Right away, Andre took out my veteran squad that was there with the Gurkhas. What do you have, 10 shots?
Yeah.
You got 8 hits?
Yep.
Yeah, so he needed, what, 4s? Or was it 5s? I think it was 4s, but still he got 8 hits. And he killed 3 of them. And 2 left, and then they failed their morale test. So they ran off the board. And then my Sherman drove up here, tried to get some revenge, and missed. I did get a pin on him, though, with the machine gun. But, yeah, didn't hit with the cannon, which is what I wanted. That squad just ran up there against the wall. His Gurkhas, as I said, shot. It killed that squad, and his officer ran up there. His heavy mortar fired on my heavy mortar and missed. Over here, so he shot. He was debating whether to assault or shoot my bazooka. He chose to shoot and kind of did another shit roll.
I got the one guy,
Yeah.
and another pin on him, thinking that was going to be good enough.
Yeah, so he killed one of the guys in the bazooka team. So I was down to 1 man. I had 2 pins. There was a Bren there. That's a different Bren, but there was another one there. I passed my order. I advanced around, fired on the bazooka and missed. I mean, on the Bren and missed. But then we measured it, and I was closer to the Bren, and it was empty, so it was destroyed. So that Bren was over here, and it drove over here, fired its gun and missed on the bazooka there. The other pintle-mounted LMG fired on this squad. and missed. And then his paratroopers, the back squad there, got out and hosed down the bazooka, took him down. This squad is here because this squad and the truck. The squad kind of advanced this way to take a shot at the paratroop squad there behind the rubble. And I killed one of them, put a pin on him. Truck came up, tried it with a machine gun and missed. My mortar fired on the front squad there earlier and missed. So we both fired our mortars, both missed. Over here, this squad just kind of waiting. The officer caught up with them, so they went on ambush, waiting for someone to come into these woods. No one did. That squad actually ran from the building over to there, and his armored car ran over to there. So he's got two squads of paratroopers, an armored car, and a Bren, all right there. And then his medium howitzer. You know, we figured he tried to do a direct shot on these, or indirect shot on these guys. The minimum range on the damn thing is 30 inches for indirect fire. I mean, that's a long, that's a long way. So he couldn't do it because he was within the minimum range of the weapon. So he instead fired a direct shot on my truck when it appeared here and missed. And his truck kind of came up this way earlier and fired on my bazooka when he was still back there and missed. So that's it. Anything else that I'm missing here?
Let's go ahead and resolve it.
Let's do the artillery strike. Oh, so that's a 1. Wow. So in the old days, I would have been able to move that and dropped it right there.
Yep.
So, but not anymore. Now it's random. What, D? I better
6 or D 2d6.
Let me check the rule book.
I think it's 2d6.
Headquarters section. Move the aiming point token 3d6 in a random direction.
Okay. It is randomly going that way.
That direction. 3d6.
5 inches.
Okay, well that's good. It's a good time to roll low numbers.
So what's my...
So like over here somewhere.
Like that.
Yep.
All right. There it is.
So not bad. You can still hit everything.
Well, maybe I can get a 12-inch move on it again and get it back into position.
Well, it goes off right there.
Oh, it goes off?
Yeah, it still goes off.
Oh, okay.
So,
Area of effect.
Yep, roll area of effect.
9 inches.
So you still hit the tank.
Didn't get the Jeep. Didn't get those guys. Got the tank.
All right, so roll for the tank. Oh,
Yeah!
of course. Yeah. All right, so that's a hit from a heavy howitzer. So +4 on the top. So 7.
Is that glancing on the top?
The front is 9. Top and the sides are 8. So no, nothing.
Just 8? I thought it was one less on the...
It's one. It is. It's 9 on the front.
I
It's
thought it was an additional one less on the...
no, it's only in the rear.
So glancing.
Yeah, so we got that straightened out. So it's +1 to his roll on the top armor. So he rolled a 3, a 4. He's a +4, right, with the heavy howitzer. So it is a glance.
Okay, and on the table.
So -3. So that's on fire, right?
I believe so.
So I take.
Or is it immobilized?
No, 3 is on
Too long.
fire. I think immobilized is a 2. So I got to take 2 pins. I take 2 pins and I take a morale test. The one on the right. Top right.
4, 5, or 6 knocked out. Oh,
Yeah.
3 on fire.
Yeah, okay.
+1 pin marker.
Okay, so I take 1 and another one. And this
Uh,
doesn't...
my heavy howitzer does D6 or D3, doesn't it?
Pins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm pretty much screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so it's actually D6 pin markers. So it's what, 3? So 4, because 3 plus the 1 for getting hit.
It's
So
D6, right?
Oh,
Not D3.
you're right. So
So it's 6 pin markers.
The damn free observer
But
again. So I got
you
what?
can rally. You can rally out of it. So
No, I can't.
well.
I need to pass an order or I fail or I'm off the board.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, because I'm on fire. So if you're on fire, you have to
Oh,
take a morale
nasty.
test to see if you live or not.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So 8, now he's dead. All right. Yeah, there we go. Free observer. Now, if no one's
Never leave home without one.
if no one's heard my free observer rant before, well, there you go. A free unit that should never be here takes out my most important unit. Which is not as bad as when he took out my Brum bar that time, though. That was even worse. 'Cause that's a 300 and something point tank.
You've taken some really harsh hits from that free observer. I cannot deny it.
I know. And everyone always wonders why I keep whining about it. It's like, they're always saying, well, I've never had any problem with it. Yeah, well, I have.
Whoever was using it didn't name it.
All right, so there, anyway, so that's the end of turn 2.
2.
So now we go on to turn 3. And it's not looking good for me, because
That was big.
I was pretty much counting on that tank to clear this whole side of the board for me. Point blank in there, just start dropping those, firing that howitzer off. So anyway, we'll go on to turn 3. Okay, turn 3 is over. Green light is on. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've conceded the game. Frankly, when my tank was destroyed, it pretty much ruined my entire game. And I think that's one of the reasons I don't like taking tanks in tournament things, because you're putting too much eggs into that basket. If it gets, even if it misses a few, it's bad. When it dies, it's catastrophic, because I have my whole flank on this side. Well, I lost that other squad too. That didn't help. That was luck. So I just had bad luck on this side, pretty much is what it comes down to. Or you had good luck.
Yeah.
One of those. But so anyway, I did decide to bring my 3/4 ton Dodge in with my engineers, hoping to get 2 dice in a row, and I didn't. If I did, I could have maybe done something, but I got a dice, brought the truck in, then Andre pulled one, and that was it. Gurkhas assaulted the truck, took everything out. So all I have left on this side is that squad there, and against all those Gurkhas, they have no chance. His mortar hit my mortar, but only killed one of them. So, and they passed an order, so they were still in the fight. They actually fired on the squad that was there and missed. So over here, I'm pretty much getting boxed in. I've grouped my 2 squads and my lieutenant up, but they got a squad there, squad there, and a vehicle with no threat. So I'll pretty much be stuck in these woods, just get shot to pieces. So it's just bad move on my side, my part, coming this way. So yeah, I conceded. There's nothing I can do. He did kill my truck with his armored car as well. So that's it for this game. As far as lists go, I don't think my list is that bad. I think I just had bad luck in this one. I've had good luck with the tank before, just not in this game. But I might take it out. I don't know. If I can get the smaller, the little M5, I think it is, Stewart tank. It's like under 200 points, but it's got like 3 medium machine guns on it.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice having that 105 on there.
The 105 is good. Even if that would have hit one of those 2 shots. But yeah, as soon as you miss with with the tank, it's what good is it? It's just a point sink at that point. So
Well, it's kind of like my howitzer. It's you're getting one shot, and it's usually a 5 or a 6, so you're only looking at 2 hits per game,
right.
and
So you're gonna take the howitzer out of the list.
I think so, because that 30-inch indirect fire just
That's a killer.
unless I park it in a corner, it just seems like there'd be a better use of those points. I'm not sure. I don't like losing
It's not that expensive though,
HE. Yeah, it's
and you can direct fire at 60 inches. So it's mainly at this point with the new rules with that massive minimum range of 30 inches. It's a direct fire weapon.
yeah. Well, it's with as much cover. I mean, there's a lot of terrain on this board.
This board has a lot of
So,
cover. Yeah.
with a heavy terrain board, that and we were limited to 12 dice. Originally, I had my tow vehicle in there, which
Yeah, that takes a die though.
for cheap, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do the extra die for it. I couldn't cut another unit,
Right.
so I went with the. Yeah, it's just it's in an open board. It would be a nice weapon to have, but there are going to be certain scenarios where it's just fairly useless.
Yeah, any city board it's going to be tough to use, but on a more rural board with open lines of sight, it would do
Which-
okay.
And honestly, in tournaments, you usually don't have this
Right.
crowded a board.
Tournaments are usually pretty sparse boards because you have to spread all the terrain around all the tables. But I think at the tournament, I am going to make a city. One of them is going to be this same type of city board because I want to have at least one dense table there just to kind of
Well,
break up the monotony a little bit.
no, it's a happy thing.
So anyway, Andre won. I didn't do crap. I couldn't hit. I couldn't do anything. So, but I'm not blaming the list on it. I think the list is actually okay, but just poor execution on my part and good luck on your part with the take my tank out and everything else. So anyway, so what about MVP? You got an MVP? The artillery observer?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the
artillery observer.
Gurkhas, just because they were such a threat. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
that they really did that much,
No, they're brutal.
but you had to devote so much of your attention to them because,
Well, yeah, I devoted that Sherman to taking them out.
yeah, it's a 140 point unit, and you had to devote an entire Sherman and back it up with some infantry.
Yeah.
And
And that's
they're brutal.
the up and atom Gurkhas are very brutal because you don't want to get within 12 of them. Doesn't matter how many pins they have. So, but the airborne's good too. But the Gurkhas are really good.
Yeah, I do like the the airborne in the Brens. It's a little expensive, but
Yeah, it's very expensive.
it's a lot of firepower if you can roll in tight.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good list. I like your list. I think maybe taking the what would you replace the howitzer with though? More men.
That's what I can't really figure out.
How many squads do you have of infantry?
4.
Yeah, so you could actually get another squad of infantry in there.
Well, or I could take the regular vets, beef them up, and turn them into Gurkhas.
Yeah,
That would be pretty
more
hardcore.
Gurkhas. Yep, more Gurkhas. Yeah. So anyway, it's the game was what it was. That kind of like is what it is, but it was what it was. I think just poor rolling on my part, good rolling on Andre's. Didn't have a great plan either, so. But we'll try it again, and maybe I'll just run this list again, or I'll bring my kind of joke list with the Pershing. I was gonna bring a Pershing with like 4 squads of infantry, and that was it. So, but anyway, we'll be back next time for another tournament prep battle report.